Today we're going to look at this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1988 Remastered 6-pack, which looks pretty fun. Get the 4 turtles, which we've kind of gotten before. These are slightly different. We also get a Splinter there, and finally get good old Shredder. So, let's go open this thing up and check it on out. Here are the top of the box with very reminiscent art of the original toys, which looks pretty nice. Here are the bottom of the box with your barcodes and linking numbers and apparently QR codes to unlock content and various legal information and all kind of logos and more logos. Here we have the back of the box with some more, reminiscent art covering back here and some more, turtle-related puns and little messages. Various figures doing, action poses, and poor old Shredder there, just, on his own. Hopefully he gets some backup some point. Here we have Splinter. Looks pretty nice for what he is. He's not the greatest thing, but, he still works. Does have these arms that move up and down. Bit of an elbow in there, but that's about it. There's a bit of a twist here at the elbow. It does have fists that turn, but mine don't really want to turn. So that's something. Head can turn all the way around, but that's about it. Can look up and down a little, but not much. Same with the tail, which kind of moves, but it really starts hitting things when you start moving around. Same with his legs, which go forward and backwards a little bit, but kind of hits this little, skirt thing and kind of stops. Does have a knee bend, which does turn a little. Same with his foot, which moves up and down and kind of has a little tilt there. That's about it. It's not the most exciting thing, and probably not the favorite one here. He also comes with this, little cane, which is also a sword, which is pretty tight, but at least it won't fall out. And you can kind of hold it. Looks kind of nice. He also comes with a bow and arrow that he had with the original toy. I guess he can kind of hold it, but not really, because his little sleeve gets in the way. So yeah, there you go. That's probably the best you can do with that. Good old Splinter. He works. Here we have old shirtless Shredder here, which looks pretty nice. Does get this big giant plastic cape, which isn't the best, but it kind of works. Does have these little shoulder spikes and arm spikes, which kind of looks silly, just sort of stuck on there, but I guess it works. Does have a bit of an elbow here, kind of a shoulder, but kind of start hitting capes, and this thing sort of gets in the way as well, but again, moving around a little bit. This side is pretty much the same. It does have come with his sword, but it's very loose fitting in there, so it doesn't really like to hold on to it too well, which is kind of a shame. And then this hand doesn't hold anything, because it's sort of like the old toy where he's having the weird pose that I was stuck in. It does have a very nice head sculpt here with the eyebrows in the, correct place now. But, pretty much just get some head tilt there, and you can look up and down a little, but that's about it. And the legs are okay. You can go forward and backwards, but you can't really go out unless you start twisting like that. Does have a knee bend, which does also have a bit of a swivel there, and the feet don't do anything but spin around, so that's a little disappointing. So you really can't get too crazy with it. That's about it. He's probably not the best, and has this big cape that kind of gets in the way, but he works. He kind of looks like the toy he used to, and there you go. Shredder. Here we have Michelangelo, who looks pretty nice. It's pretty much the same as the last version, just they've kind of just made the skin all smooth, and they've kind of changed up the, I guess, skin tone to be a little more closer to like the toys, which is pretty nice. And he does have some head movement. It's pretty tight on there. You can't look side to side, and you can look up, but you can't really look down. So that's fun. Do get some movement out of the shoulder. You can spin around and go out. Do get a bit of an elbow bend there, but not much. And it's pretty much just a swivel here at the wrists. The other arm is exactly the same. On the legs, you can go back and forth a little, and then without like turning it, you really can't go out. You kind of run into the shell, which kind of blocks some things. It does have a bend at the knee, bit of a turn there, and then no real ankle movement except a just twist, which is, I guess that's fine. Just get the little M there. Does have his storage areas for his little nunchucks, which I guess tightly fit back here, which is pretty nice. It's pretty much just like the toy was. And they also have they're actually made out of metal, which is interesting. Yeah, that's about it. Little Mikey, looking good. Here we have Leonardo, who is pretty much exactly the same as Mikey, and pretty much all the turtles are the same. He just has his kind of more familiar little harness here he used to have on the original toy, and he has a slightly different skin tone. It does come with his two swords, which are also just like Shredder, extremely loose in there. So I don't know if you can really hold them well. They stay in, but they're really loose. But you can, you just take them out anyway and just stick them back here in his little sword holders or sheaths or whatever you want to call these. Which is pretty much just like the old toy. There you go. Yeah, Leonardo. Looking good. And falling down. Here we have Raph. Looks pretty nice. Does have the, I guess, very toy familiar, I guess, a little belt here with a little R on there. Does come with his two sides, which are much tighter than Leo's swords, but you can also stick him in the front here if you so choose, which is pretty nice. There you go, that's about it. He's pretty much the same as all the other turtles, just slightly different face, different skin tone, and he does kind of run into his own weapons if you kick his legs a little forward, but it's fine. Other than that, he looks good. Looking good. Here, Donatello, who looks nice. Pretty much the same as all the other turtles, just slightly different belt and harness here, which is pretty nice. Does come with his bow staff, which is fairly tight in his hands, so that's not too bad. But you can take it out of there and stick it back here, so you can hold it. And that's about it. There you go. And it's Donatello. He's the second best turtle, and he looks good. You also get a few extra weapons. You get, I guess, a little short sword for Shredder to hold on to, and you also get this thing, which came with the original turtles. You also get a couple of ninja stars, which are kind of nice. They're very, very small and easy to lose. You also get this thing, which also came with the original toys. That's about it. Good old little extra weapons that are familiar. Then you can use this little, I guess, holster here back on Raph, so you can take this thing and stick it in there. Then you can at least have some place to store it when you're not using it. So there we go. Good old turtles all together. So overall, it's a pretty nice set and probably worth getting for the turtles if you didn't get the last turtles. But Shredder and Splinter, they're okay, but probably not the best. And hopefully they come out with slightly better versions at some point, especially the fixing up those legs area and maybe getting some more cloth goods like the original versions. So if you see it, you know, maybe pick it up if you really want to, or probably wait for a sale because it is like $60. Good time.